like seen the first episode and didn't understand why it was popular. I just after the first episode stopped watching it. Then someone told me it was like an isekai, so I like my isekais, right? So uh, I decided to watch beyond the first episode, and the second episode I see what they mean, and I just fall in love with it after the second episode. And it's also after watching the series, I rewatched it again, and I was like saw the first episode, and I saw it in a different light. 'Cause at first I just thought it was this like psychotic girl, and that was it. And then I realized it's just a psychotic businessman inside a girl. That's just like, wow, pillboxes are pretty easy targets, you know. Have you seen Overlord as well?
Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is
Wait,
something of a heavy drinker.
it's one of the things like with so there's my thing with uh like Overlord, right? I love it. I know the CGI bits can be like a bit hard sometimes, uh, but it's also like I'm someone who likes looking into like the lore bits that the anime doesn't actually go into. So like I watch these like lore videos about it. It's just like businesswoman by like day, dictator, and just it's one of those things, right? Of like uh, I love Tanya, and then like you had like with Overlord. God, the thing is, I believe it was Studio Nut that did both those, right? Uh, and the thing is, like with Tanya particularly, they keep on talking about like a new season. I like even after it first originally finished, and I keep on getting told it's got a new season coming. It's got a new season coming. It's got a new season coming, and I'm like, they're going like it's been so many years telling me it's got a season coming, and I heard that apparently it's going to come out between 2016 and 27, and it's also got like. I'm kind of hyped for that, but I hope it doesn't become like a One Punch Man, like where it went from season one to where it is now in season three, you know. And then you get like with Overlord, I quite technically even with Tanya I did this. With Tanya it's though slightly different. I watched lore videos, right? But it's like with Tanya, I was watch. There's these YouTube videos was watching that talked about how the anime uses camera work in Tanya the Evil, right? And it was like it was actually really amazing. There was you know that scene where like when they're celebrating that they've won the war, and then Tanya's trying to like talk to like them, trying to get them to like not let them escape. Right, when it came to that bit, there's this like YouTube video. I really loved it. It talked about like how the camera working it was using to like show like power in the like conversation, and like how it also showed like showed it was a really nice video. And it's like with Tanya, it was like watching stuff like that, or like uh, things that it's kind of trying to explain about like being X and stuff. And then it's like it's also actually on my shelf. Oh, I wouldn't be able to show this without like turning on like switching my camera, and it kind of breaks my model a little bit, so I can't do that. But here I got it for like £95. I got this like it was a bundle that they sold in Japan. Um, I got it like shipped over here, and it's like got the first volume of the manga of Tanya the Evil, right? And it's also got came with like a model, like a paint model. So for some reason the game doesn't let you linger too much, but it's like it's actually a really cool model. I got it for like £95 a few years back, uh, and like it's one of those like things of what I've just kept it for like a long time because of it. It's really fucking cool. I don't open it though, because I don't like opening figures if I can help it. The main reason I open a figure is normally that my cats have either like knocked it down from the shelf or something. But with Overlord, I was watching a bunch of like the lore videos. I like getting the details they don't bring up in the anime. But at the same time though, it's like I got spoiled on like the Overlord movie. You know the one where like they're invading the Holy Kingdom, and it was like when I was watching that, right, uh, I liked it so much. Well, I liked the movie so much, right, but I wasn't. It could just become autistic or something, but I didn't realize. I wouldn't have realized without the spoil, right? That they were trying to like promote the weapons as like these like enchanted weapons to people. It's like when I saw it, right, I was there going like, so oh, I don't know why they're like showing the weapons, right? I'm like didn't understand, but I don't know, but it's just like uh when I was like watching the Overlord movie, I was like really happy that I actually got spoiled on what like Ainz was trying to do. Uh, 'Cause it's also one of those things of like I understand that he's got the kind of like role play of kind of like pretending to like he has like Demiurgus doing all this stuff, but also the kind of gag where he doesn't really understand what like Demiurgus and that is like doing. He's just kind of like playing along, like yes, I knew the plan. Uh, I always love the kind of way that Demiurgus has to twist what he's done into being like he does something that fucks up his plan and he just goes, I see the great being. He's actually planned this ahead of time. He's thinking in 4D chess. Uh, or like I don't think it explained the anime, or may have, and I may have just like forgotten it. Um, Basically, there was a scene right where, it was where he was talking to forgetting her name. It was basically the reason why, uh, sort of, forgetting that. It was like the reason why like Ainz was letting like the children and I think women escape, or like letting some people escape. He was getting judged by the other sort of like floor, like well, I say judge, but like, they won't actually judge him. At least not openly. But yeah, when going back to Tanya the Eva though, like I think I watched that about 4 times. I've watched Overlord 2 times, but certain seasons I've rewatched more. And then it's like I think though with like Overlord, it's like the CG does obviously take effect. Then also I've seen going back to Tangent again, onto another tangent. I've seen like the cover art for some like the manga or like the light novel. I can't remember if it's manga or light novel. Like the thing attached to this model is a manga, and like the art in it's just really lovely. Obviously, I won't actually open it up because like I think that ruins it a little bit. But I've also got like so it's like not models, figures I have, right? I got like this one. So I can't really show it because of like I'd have to like switch my cameras. Technically, I got another spare camera I could attach, but it messes up with my model still. But I got Akira from JoJo. I got some Nami. I got some forgetting names. Nami and God, what's her name again? Vivi. From One Piece. I've also got some Bleach, My Hero. I got from One Piece. I got Bahona. I think it's how you pronounce her name. I've got some Soul Eater figures. I got sort of Inuyasha figures, Yu-Gi-Oh figures. I've even got a No Games No Get Life figure as well, though sadly it's a bit banged up. Yeah, I got like a few figures. I got a few of certain ones, like Format Alchemist. I got quite a few model figures of, and there's also some figures I've just gotten over the years from like random things. A little bit like my game library, to be honest. I've examined.
Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Like, I understand I could do that. I don't want to, though. I think I'm missing out something if I leave here just now. I don't know if like if I use the vampire mode, if I can see like other stuff. The thing is, like, I actually at one point stopped adding to my collection. I've also got Hunter x Hunter figures as well. The one I'm most happy about though is the No Game No Life and the Tanya one and the JoJo one, and then like there's a few One Piece ones I like and that. The thing is like I started like decreasing getting them because I had issues of where like my cats want to be up high, and that's where my figures are. They would knock it down because I had some figures which sadly got broken. Uh, like one of my favorite ones I had was I'm not sure if you've seen I forget the name of it now. It's like it was a game that was turned into an anime. It was Danganronpa. I had is it Kirigiri, the detective girl, or like the I can't remember what she like. I think it's Kirigiri. Um, but I had her figure. The cat. Well, what happened was that one wasn't the cats that broke it at first. It's just that when I got it shipped here from Japan, the box was like crumpled. But the thing is, like, it was crumpled, and it was like, I took it out of the box. The box was already fucked at that point. Um, and it made me sad, but like I was like, it was one of those things of my motto is kind of like if the model box is fucked, I'll take the model out. If the model's like I keep saying model, it's figure. If the figure's like box is not broken, I won't touch it. But it's just a case of like I had it up on my desk outside the box, and it's like the cats knocked it down, and instead of Elena going for it first, what happened was my nieces thought it was like a doll, so they were using it to play, left it outside, and then when I let Elena out in the back garden, she basically just treated it like a chew toy. And at that point, I had the stand, but not the model, like the figure. Uh, so I was kind of like, oh well, there's no point like keeping the stand if I haven't got the figure for it. But I have still got a Danganronpa one. I got one of like the actual bear. It's one of those figures that you can change the limbs out and stuff. I don't think I can attack that. Protect the killer from it. Thing it says to do that, but I feel like I want to look around.
There is no one in sight.
This leads me back to this part. You know, like I really enjoyed Danganronpa. It's one of those things of like, there was like one YouTuber I was watching like play it. So like I watched the series, and I've also watched all the other anime bits. I don't think I've missed out anything on it. And it was like, I ended up watching this one YouTuber like play through all the games, even like the PSP games. 'Cause I didn't realize I had PSP games. So this is an I reckon attack things. But yeah, I saw them play the games, and I was like, they're kind of like that's actually kind of cool. After they, I think it was like they switched channels or something like that, if I remember correctly. However, exactly, it was a few years back, but I think they switched channels. They were talking about how they couldn't afford going on how they were.
It's locked, all right.
At least if I remember correctly. I could... Like, I think they were doing, like, Full-time YouTube? Oh, crap. The thing is, I actually, if it's the one if I remember, I think I did like some art of them ages ago, but it's just like, it's kind of like when I first ever got like a drawing tablet. It's like at the time I first got my drawing tablet, people kept on telling me I need to get I think it was a Wapon one or well, I can't remember the name of the brand, but there was like a brand of like graphics tablets people keep telling me to get. They're like, oh, you need this graphic tablet, it's the best one out there. And I started realizing, like, technically when it comes to graphics tablet, like, technically it doesn't really matter too much. Not really too different between. But I would recommend people, like, if they can get one with screen, it can be a bit confusing, like when you're like trying to like look upwards to draw. Unless you get like my one comes with a stand, so it tilts upwards, and also mine is a screen, so I'm like directly drawing on top. Also, the good news with my one is it lets me link the pen and make it so the pen can't go off of the tablet. With my last graphics tablet, right, it wasn't bound by the graphics tablet, so the thing is, like, I could easily go off of graphics tablet and go onto another window, which made it a bit awkward doing some things. I'm just going around here, guys. I think there should be loot. Here's a good chance that I like missed something. I don't know why I can go up here, for example. Maybe it's nothing. I feel like that was like a spot we could go different direction. Why is that? Okay, so let me go back this way. So that's locked though.
Enter.
Okay, so that's where it stops me from going back completely. Really like loot here.
It's locked all
That's
right.
locked. I would like it if like I don't know yet. Can I get any loot from breaking barrels? My head's going like, oh yeah, you break barrel, you get loot. But I'm thinking not. What was it? It was B right to the sprint. Because like when it comes to anime in general, I actually kind of like, so I'm really behind on like a lot of series. Because basically like where I was trying to binge certain series, it kind of like drained me a bit. Like I tried binge my way through One Piece, that kind of like got to me a little bit. Like I'm on episode 807 for One Piece. And then, like, I've lost track of Case Close a little bit. I think I was around the 500s or 700s in that one as well. But it's basically like, I was trying to binge through those. Because originally, my motto was kind of like, I don't care if it's filler, it's content, sort of thing. So, like, luckily with One Piece, there isn't really much filler. But in the case of, like, well, my one complaint though with some One Piece ones is kind of sometimes that's for extended. You get Case Closed where like there is a lot of filler. But the thing is like I love the non-filler, but like some of the time some of the murder mysteries kind of end up samey. Just like I was hoping to like find some loot. Pulling off a page of diary. For looking away when they mock my color, I hate myself. For crying like a girl when they insult me, I hate myself. For swearing like a boy when they are gone. I hate myself for hating my parents. I hate myself for smiling when customers call me a bad brain. I hate myself for never finding the courage to tell Tom how I truly feel. I hate myself. Actually, oh yeah, Tom was the bartender, right? Just go to hit or reveal his secret. Blood quality. Yeah, I think there was a thing like if you knew more, right, it made if you drank their blood more critical. Vampire, you need to hunt human blood to evolve. The blood quality of the blood. Unlock hints increases the amount of XP. But I believe it's actually bad, right, to do it. So we know that she likes him.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them. Yes, sir?
It's like, for me, sometimes I feel the same. It's like, one of the things I have, right?
I spoke to Dr.
I don't know what
Swansea.
it is.
He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight, and I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam.
Please, I
Please tell me
think I
what's
can use
going
that
on.
hint.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
Thing is, so what I was gonna say is like, there's like, so like I have stuff where like, anything I've done that I felt like I've ever regretted, sometimes it just like comes back to me in like in my dreams, or it's a case of like, I just kind of like think of it just before going to bed. I think it's because of silence. Like the thing I find is like, when I'm put in a position where I'm silent with my own thoughts, I tend to get like into kind of more darker places. But then I'm like there kind of like, sort of, normally if I can break that up, I tend to be a lot better off. Or if I distract myself enough. It's like, when I was in college, I had my college teacher, like my tutor, he basically was saying to me about how no one under a certain age can have regret, and I'm like, no, you can do stuff that you regret. It could be stupid stuff, or it could be actual serious stuff, but it's like, you can have things come to you at any age. It's like when people say stuff like, oh, the children's day won't remember it, and you're like, well, that's not how that works, you know. It's cause like, I remember stuff of like when, I remember like odd things of like when I was like a kid doing stuff, and then, like even then I'm like still like I think about them every now and then, but I'm like there going like, I don't know really like what the best recourse for that is, but at the same time like I write like, I'm someone who normally like likes to ramble, make like the jokes and stuff, but don't really want to like dig deeper than like surface level. I might overshare sometimes, but like, that'd be like if and when that happens.
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk as usual. But my God, his eyes, his face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Oh, so you're a lovely person.
Why are you so afraid?
I mean, his skin, his hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
You're a lovely person, you really are.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well, Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
There's like, I was gonna say as well, like, there's been like, for example, also I just realized like, I tried to move my character, but I'm looking left and don't know. That's pretty okay, I think. I was going to think of move my character a little bit. But yeah, like when it comes to like when I'm in streams, obviously there's like some times where like I'll put it's like I'll have your volume still up high. I find it hard sometimes to hear you on stream, so I'll have like the volume to max. And if I got like Boca, the thing is that she's always seems really loud on my like thing, so I always have her like down to like 20 or 10%. And then it's just like, what happens? Occasionally, I'll hear like keywords, stuff like fish, and I'll immediately like go over or like run over. Like, there was like on your last stream, right? I remember like how you mentioned fish, and I was actually like on the other side of the house. I like was like sprinting back to my shed, quickly went like to write like fish question mark fishing street. And it's just kind of like, there was like, it's also like one of the times when you got back to your desk as well. Okay, it's one of those things of I had like welcome back ready. I decided to press enter when you came back, but someone called me away from the computer, and I immediately told them to wait. I have to quickly run to the computer to quickly like hit welcome back. It's like, I wonder if they let me fish in this game. I think like in this game, I'm probably gonna have to get used to the combat system a little bit.
Damn it! I think drink no longer stirs me.
Like forgets like the whole story and just goes out to the balcony to fish. It's one of those things like sometimes when I like hear your Boca saying certain words, I'm like there like running back to the screen to like quickly write a message as quick as I can. And there's also like times where I won't quite hear what something is, and I'll just like write a kind of like random word or something that I think I heard.
Not long ago, this sort of mess would have given me a laugh.
Or you also get sometimes like I'll like accidentally misspell a word and then I'll just make an uwu word instead. Like, I think I went to try to write knowledge at one point, and then as I went to write knowledge, I realized I actually hit W and just went with it. Because also, like, just recently I had to change my keyboard as well. Look, I got a spare keyboards and mouses and stuff. But it's like, for some reason, the keyboard I was using just wasn't working one day. So I ended up, like, switching them. It's like I went from like an old mechanical keyboard because I thought it was kind of funny and fun to the one I used to use, which is like a bunch of like cherry. There's a cherry like keyboard, not the worst. I like mechanical keyboards.
Are they stupid or something?
There's also I don't have to worry about like.
Hello, sir. May I disturb you again?
And you're still ugly as sin.
Didn't know if I could ask him.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
I'm not too sure about that anymore.
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
No, I really talked to him about this one. But it's also another one as well is sometimes when you hear me like say that I'm lurking or that I'm going to lurk, I'm still like at the desk and I've still got the volume normally what happens as well though is like, or like if I say luck, like if I do like the luck man, sometimes it's normally just me, either still being at the desk and just like hearing out in case something happens, right? Or it's like I go to lurk because I'm planning to go to feed cats and dogs or start dinner or something. Because I have like family wise, I've got like my family constantly asking me not to stream as much, and I'm like going like, well, I'm not working. I don't see the point of why I can't stream. And they say to me like, oh, but you go on the computer and you're there for like 4 or 5 hours, and it's just like, yeah, but when I was working, I was gone for 10 hours. No one mentioned anything about that. Like, and it's like, yeah, it's also the kind of, and I put it's kind of like when I used to stream, not stream, like when I used to go to work, right? It would take me about like an hour and a bit to get there, hour and a bit to get back. Plus, I was doing what was supposed to be about 8 hours there, but I was actually doing closer to 10 to 11 some days. And I'd come back and I would get told like, "Oh, why aren't you doing stuff around the house?"
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
And then it's just like, now that I'm not like working, and I want to like do some streams because I got free time and I like want to do stuff with like editing and stuff. Basically, yeah, it's like I have one of my sisters where like she never really like she used to go. I got like one sister that used to go out all the time, and it's like she was a case of like never really stayed at home. Didn't like she hates it. Like she hated it when I used to play on the console or on the PC when I was younger, because she used to like complain about me being on it for too long and about rotting my brain and stuff like that sort of thing. She also hates anime and stuff. It's one of those things of like I try to get her to watch anime, and like on a struggle I got her to watch Sailor Moon, but yeah, anything beyond that was just like sort of you're trying to like pick skin off a bone. I even had like when it comes to like my older sister, she is a case of like she's even given away consoles to people for like the idea of like so going like, oh, I'll give the console away, and because like or like she had a partner before that was buying like a bunch of consoles, and like when they broke up, she basically like just started giving out those consoles to like cousins and stuff, because she didn't care for it. Like she just wants to go on her phone and watch like all she does in her free time is go on her phone and like read novels, right? And if she's not reading novels, she's just doing with her kids. That's like all her like time tends to be. And then it got like my other sister who is like at home like all the time. She does go out every now and then. But it's just a case of like she tends to like because like that sister moved out, but like she was more like willing just to stop me from going on like the PC or like the console, just to like oh, you go outside and have fun sort of thing. Then with the sister that still lives with me, she's more normally doesn't care, but the thing she does care about is like if I'm streaming for like quote unquote too long, she's worried about me not doing stuff either around the house or not doing other stuff on top of it. And I'm like, like as in, she wants me to either do more things around the house or it's kind of like for us to go out more often. Because the thing is, like, we haven't really got the money to go out. But it's like, it's kind of then getting told, like, oh, let's go out, we'll get like a meal out or something like that. And then I will like say yes, like that day, like day for the next day, comes the next day and I want to stream instead. And then it's like, and then I have like my mum on the other hand, who I live with as well. She like wants me to move out and get a job, but then there's also when I talk about moving out, then she's immediately like, "Oh no, I don't want you to do that," and it's like, even then I don't really want to move out because the cost of things around here is horrendous. Like I live in a council house, so like the rent's around about 400, but the houses around me are over £1,000, like a month. I don't get enough monthly to afford that. No. It- Especially like when it came to when I was working, it was even more annoying. 'Cause, like I would be sometimes gone from the house for up to like 15 sort of hours, depending on the day. Like I had some really horrible shifts of where like I'd be at work for 13 hours. And then like on top of like the journey to and back from work, uh, you know, I'd come back, I'd be completely tired, and then the thing is, then I'd be expected to make dinner. 'Cause normally it's me who's expected to make dinner as well. But it's also part of the reason why they don't like me on the computer so much. Because it's like my mum will want me to make her breakfast, and I say to her like, just come downstairs and grab something, come make yourself a sandwich, make yourself some cereal. Like, oh, I can't do that, and then just like she'll say about how I have to. Or it's like if her TV isn't working, she wants me to come up straight away to fix her TV, and if not, she's going to pull out the internet cable, you know, stuff like that. But it's also like when it comes to her as well, it's like you know, she was like this when I was at work as well. It's like okay, it's just like it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't the case of like, for example, like yesterday when I was like starting stream yesterday, I had my niece call me asking me to transfer her money. Then I said no, put the phone down, and started streaming. Then I had like her call me again. Then I had my sister call me, and then I had my mum call me. This is all like at the start of my stream, and then I had like some DM messages coming through like Discord at the same time, and I'm like they're going like I've only just hit the start button, and I'm already getting like DMs, 3 different people calling me, and then I get asked to like make 2 different like food delivery orders because the thing is they need me to make the and if someone wants Uber Eats or Just Eats or they want a bank transfer, they need me to do it. Because the thing is, when it was like my older sister doing it for like my mum, to be fair, she was probably taking money for herself out of that, but at the same time, she would also like it was one of those things of like they obviously didn't trust my sister to like do bank stuff because she would just take out money, and it's a case of my mum then would still ask my sister even after taking her out of the bank account to do bank transfers, which she can't do, and only I can do it, but I can only do it on our shared accounts. So she'll ask me like, "Oh, Rob, can you put money into my main account? Or can you take money out of my main account, put it into the bill money?" And I'm like, I can't do that here. Like, I could put money from the bill money into your main account, but I can't. Uh, like, I have to like put it into my account and then transfer that way. But it's just like I can't. Uh, I don't know also how like it works where you are with like bank transfers. It's like most of the like bank transfers here are pretty easy to do normally with online banking. Personally, I hate online banking though, 'cause it's just it makes me more willing to spend. It's like I keep having these like issues with like I let's move this a little bit so my controller doesn't die on me. Uh, but it's just like whenever I say to them like, oh, like I'm going to be streaming, uh, if I like stream more than 4 hours, for example, they start going like, oh, you spent all day streaming, and it's like, well, technically I spent more time sleeping. Yeah. Then like my sleep schedule is kind of like messed up as well. Okay, it's like lately I've been going to bed like 4 or 5 in the morning, and then I wake up at like 9 to 11 sort of thing. That's a recent change. It used to be I would fall asleep at midnight, 1 in the morning, and then I would go to bed, like wake up at like 8 in the morning. But also, something else I had, it's like when I was working, this annoyed me as well. Um, let's say I got back at, because there's like some shifts at my work where I'd get back at midnight, uh, and I would have my shift start at like 7 a.m. the next day, or like technically in 7 hours. So after finishing up at like, or getting home by midnight, I'd have to like get something to eat, go to sleep, get up, with like an hour's so time to catch a bus to go to work. They weren't legally allowed to do that. But when I complained to HR and I complained to like my managers about it, they just went like, huh. And then I like messaged there's like these two particularly with this it'd be like ACAS. I messaged ACAS about like my hours, about like how with how our deliveries came in at night, the things that we could end up being at work even later than we're supposed to be. And in fact, there was like one day I didn't finish until 1 in the morning, and then I was supposed to be in at like 8 or 9 the next day. That's the thing. It's like they can't really stop me from streaming. My mum threatens to pull out the internet cable, but she never does because it'll disable her phone and her TV, and she knows that much, so she doesn't do it. But it's just the case of like, in the case of my mum, she'll know I'll be streaming, and she'll just keep on calling me. Like, luckily with where I got like no video broadcast, right, it won't actually pick up the phone ringing. So the thing is, like, when she goes to call me, stream can't hear her call me, but like my phone's just like vibrating to the side. Even if I like close the message or I tell her to go away, I'm trying to stream or that I'm in the middle of doing something, right? She would go and then just continue. And then I got like my eldest sister. The thing is, like, my mum, my eldest sister, don't even know what Twitch is. They like it was like, is it like TV? Like they're more used to like TV shows than anything on the internet. It's like with my older sister, it's a little bit like she understands to a degree YouTube, but she thinks YouTube is just a kids platform. It's also a similar thing of like when it comes to oh well that's so when I used to like come back like at midnight for example and had like an early shift the next day, I used to have like let's say I got back late in from work and I just go straight to bed, so I'll just get like a breakfast in the morning or something before going to work. Like I would literally have my mum like smash my door as I'm going to bed, going like, Rob, you haven't cooked dinner yet, I'm hungry, do food now. And I'm like, they're going like, Mum, I've literally just got back from work, I had a horrible day, I want to sleep. And then she'd be like, you can sleep after you cook me dinner. And I'd be like, that's not how this works. It's not like I cook you dinner just because. Like, I said to her, just like ask my other sister, the sister that lives in with me, and then she'll go like, I asked her, but she's going to bed now as well. And I'm like, that seems more like a your problem. Yeah. I when I was working, that used to be like a constant thing, because she wouldn't care. Like, she asked why my eldest sister doesn't respond to her, but it's just like she also calls my sister at like 4 in the morning. Like she'll wake up in her chair, start calling my sister at 4 in the morning, and it's like my sister's got 5 kids, 4 of which go to school. So it's just like she gets woken up at 4 in the morning from them, if not from the kids, if not, you know, it's just one of those things, right? Yeah, it's like it's not super bad. Kind of like got used to it, but it's just like there is like certainly times, right, where like I've just like had enough. The only problem though is like when I get enough, like I go in like 2 different modes. I either go completely silent, or I go like very loud. And like the thing is, I'm more worried because it's like sometimes when I go loud, it's like if someone's like not like nearby, just hears me go off because I've decided to go loud instead of quiet. I'm like they're going like this like out of context for someone. It's gonna sound like awful. Especially like when people just go. I was watching this thing where it's like this person saying about like how you can never be mean to your parents. It's like, but your parents can be mean to you, like, or like your parents can decide. Yeah, it, I hate it when people say about like how like,
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
oh,
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
that reminds me of like David Cameron, where he like speaks the truth. How you force a citizen to reveal information thanks to the hint you have discovered the blue.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend William.
Yes, Will came by tonight,
Thank you,
but he's
Sheely,
not
by
my
the way.
friend anymore.
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
Who is he?
William, just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked
Oh,
for
so
years
he's
at the
the
canning
one that's dead
factory
on the
before
boat.
it closed.
Be
Is he
dangerous.
Yeah, like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. He can barely stand up most of the time.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
Oh, I thought it was the guy that was already outside.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency.
I was wondering about like how
You know
if
where
they
he
have
is.
to be
You can
allowed
find his
into a
boat.
house.
It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What do you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
And I talked to him about how his friend's probably dead.
You again. What can I do for you?
Me about
Goodbye,
Yeah,
Mr.
no.
Watts.
He didn't deserve this. Please, leave me alone.
okay. Well, let me talk to her.
Please,
I know.
leave me alone.
Oh, please leave me alone. The thing is, like, so obviously I'm from England, but the problem is like, I don't really leave like where I leave where I live
It's locked.
too much. I don't know too much. It's like I know obviously, well, to me everyone around me just speaks normal. But then it's like I get told that apparently, well, so when I talked to one person, they said to me that like, oh, you have like the typical accent of someone who lives around here, as in like in the county, but not in the neighborhood I'm in. But like in the neighborhood I'm in, there's like a lot of more rougher like people. Then again, it's just like even then the part of the neighborhood I am in has like a lot of people that bought their houses. Not me though, but I hope to in the future, but can't guarantee it. Make it like if I buy this house, A, it's like a decent 3-bedroom. B, it's got a front and back garden, decent sized back garden, and C, I can tell the housing officer to go stuff it. The housing officer, I have them come like every like month or a month and a bit, and it's like their whole job is just to find things to complain about. They're supposed to find like damage to property and stuff that they can tell us to repair and stuff like that, but instead it's like they look on top of my TV, will find like a little bit of dust and go, so you know, this dust goes in your lungs and then it can cause you to have an asthma attack. And I'm like, well, I'm not asthmatic, like it runs in my dad's side of the family, but I got checked and apparently I haven't got asthma, so I'm fine. And even then it's the same with like the rest of my family that lives here. And then they're just like, oh, actually, no, 'cause dust will actually dig into the materials and it will cause damage. And I'm like, yeah, but then it's like if this dust is on my figures, for example, why does that matter about the house if you're here to inspect the house? Yeah, it's like they kind of find anything, or it's like we had like a box one time in the hallway, and then he was trying to like say that us having a box in the hallway was apparently a trip hazard, and that someone could trip on it and go to a hospital, and if we don't move the box, and I'm just like, it's just a fucking box, like a pretty beefy big one, but it's just like you had like passage, you could still walk past it. You're not going to trip on it. I think I've explored. I think I can hear. I think. And soon I might be going to a fight soon. I also wonder if I should. Should I have used my gun? Yeah, I know. He's annoying, right? Okay, just like he will literally every visit, he like just tries to find something to bitch about. I was like talking to my older sister because she's had like house officers and uh, sort of like similar people come into her house, right? And it's like she had it where like she had a person that was there to like just check that everything's okay for the kids, right? And it's like he was too busy complaining about the windows being slightly dirty, even though like all the rest of the house is clean, like as in every room was cleaned out and stuff like that, and like they complain about the windows having some like well they've been wiped, but you know like when you have like the white marks in it. I had the same thing with the kitchen with the cupboards, where you'd like wipe the cupboards down, and it was like my house and officer was like talking about how you could see the lines from the white marks. It's like, well, that means you just got proof that I wiped it. And it's like they're going, oh yeah, but this means it's not been wiped properly. Because if it was wiped properly, then you wouldn't have these white marks. He's like constantly trying to get us to like get a cleaner in. He's like going, oh, it's right. If we get a cleaner, we can make the visits longer in between. It's just like he's just aggravating and that sort of stuff. It's just like you are. It's just like some like says, oh, well, we're improving. We're better than from where we started. And I'm like, yeah, we started like 3 years ago. You've been coming monthly.
I cannot enter.
Oh, that's gonna suck your blood. I think I was explaining something to me and I didn't listen. Like he's annoying. Thing is, he's got a council job, which normally pay like decently, and they give you nice holiday time. But it's just literally they find us every single thing to like bitch about. It's like he was looking at my windowsill, and he was talking about how there was like a small speck of dirt on it, and then he puts on these like black gloves, so then he could like use his like nail to like scrape it slightly. He's like, see, look, it's gone. Look, it's almost clean. If you just get that spray now, it'll be perfect. Or like he was so one thing he wants me to do is he wants me to go on my knees and like hands and then wipe the floors manually with my hands. I got a mop, but he's just like they're going like, oh no, the mop doesn't get all these like finely detailed bits. You're gonna have to just go on your hands and knees to get like all the like bits out. Or it's like I got a dog, right, so when she goes out in this season where it's like all muddy and wet outside, and she comes in with dirty like muddy prints, right? He like goes, oh, you got muddy prints on the floor. That means the floor has not been mopped. Like we've started having to leave the stuff out for him so he can actually see we've done it. Like leave the mop we've been using, and then like hoovering, leave the hoover out for him so he can see that like the actual things are there. So he actually like goes, oh, you actually have done it. But then at the same time though, then he goes, well, it just feels like you're doing this before I got here. It's like, yes, because we want you to fuck off. He's like they're going like, no, like, well, we might be able to after the cleaner talk, like when we get a cleaner. And he's like, he gave me a number recently for a cleaner, and it's like, I literally called them like the day before he came, just to get like inquire how much it would cost. And they go like, oh, starting price is about £15 an hour. I'm like, oh, that's not great. Could I make? It'd probably be easy if I do like, okay, Google, what's £15 in euros? There goes my phone.
15 British pounds, £15, is approximately 17 euros and 23 cents euros. This calculation is based on an...
But it's like, just to give you hopefully like an easier there. But it's just like that's the starting price hourly, and it's like it'd be bad enough if we were just asking them to like just mop the floors and wipe the sides, right? But he wants us to hire them to get like all the nitty gritty bits in the whole house, and it's like going like, oh, it's fine, it's fine. All you got to do is just tell them to clean it, and they'll do it. And I'm like, it seems like you want them to do like a very specialist cleaning, right? So the thing is, like, I'm gonna have to then like get them, have it come out of the bill money, and then the bill money which is supposed to be going towards obviously the bills, and then it's like I don't know how many hours I'm gonna need to like get someone. It's right. You can get them to start on like more hours for 6 months. Then after 6 months, you can switch them to every now and then. Oh god, that's not good. Like, my workday used to be a lot more than that. On average, I was working about 9, 10 hours. Okay, Google, what's the minimum wage for UK pounds an hour?
February 2026, the current minimum wage in the UK...
So it's £12.21 per an hour. Times that by 9.
I don't know what that is.
The fuck was that? That all used to happen to our part timers. Our part timers used to be like, uh, they only had like, I think it was 4 hour shifts. They had like, depend on them as well. They had like between 4 to 5 days, I think. And it's just like they had a case of like they're only getting something like because like it also gets affected by like how old you are here. Don't know like why. If I go on a question I just asked. UK minimum wage. So like 12, 21. I remember like when I used to work in like part time in a shop. I used to get £5.80 an hour when I was younger, and I remember like I had some nurses laugh at the like money I was getting, but then it's just like we keep hearing about like nurses not getting enough money, which is like probably true, but seeing how like they tend to do like lots of long hours. But I remember getting like laughed at in the middle of like the store when I like mentioned to some like nurses how much I earned, and I was like, not sure of how I feel about that. It's like averagely in a day, I get about £109 a day. Like that's hourly. That if I do like if I do it based on what my contract was, that'd be 12 times 39.5 This is like so. This weekly, I was again 482, and some like odds and ends. So 482 dot. Let's round that up. Then with that one times that by 4. So like I was getting £482 a week if I'm going by what my hours should be. And then each week, each month, I was before taxes getting 1,929 like quid. And the thing though is like after taxes that went down to about 1,600 roughly. But it's also like where I'm like on like for me I get like £400 a month just existent as well. The thing though is like the money with like how it stretches around here can be like pretty like I think it was nice obviously when I was working and I was getting that money, but I only had like 2 days off, and my days off tended to be like people from work constantly messaging me, asking me questions of like what was happening. Like you gotta love it when like you work, but you actually never get to spend your free time. Like even when I was on holiday, I would have people messaging me constantly from work to be like, "Oh, this happened this week," and "Oh, they asked me to do this and that," and I'm just there going like, yeah. When you're on your holiday time, I don't know why people feel like it's like a good idea to like try bothering you. If it's like when your friends at work, it's slightly different. But I would have like my managers and stuff would like message me as well, asking me questions. But then at the same time, they're asking me questions, but then they tell me I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. And then it's just like, okay, so wait, you have to disturb me on my time off because you don't know how to do something. But then you also come to me to say that you need my help with stuff. Like, yeah. Especially like before I left, I had a case of like the store manager I had. He would like keep on telling me to go over to Iceland to help the Iceland people out with how to do some things. And it's like I'll go over to show them how to do stuff, but then I would get shouted at for like leaving my department to help them by the store manager who just told me to go to another department to help them out. It's like, lovely. And then like I'll get called into the office being like, "Oh, we noticed you haven't been doing your work as quick as we want you to." It's like, "Oh, so how quick do you want me to do it?" And then they'll be like, "Oh, well, you got 12 pallets. Thinking about doing the rubbish and breaking it down by department. Clearly, you can get that done in maybe 12 minutes." So wait, like a minute per pallet plus doing like what? It's like it's like he was saying to me before about how he apparently gone through like 4 pallets and did rubbish in 12 minutes. Yeah. You gotta love it, right? It's just, I, I I despised some like my managers and stuff like quite a lot. Like when I left, I gave like a tier list from the managers I've had, uh, based off like the ones that have called me into the office, and it's like, uh, uh, it's like the first level was like my supervisor. Like he had to call me into the office twice, but that was because of his boss, the store manager, told him to. My company like kind of went along the thing of like just passing the blame to like the lower like denominator. Like you just keep passing it downwards until you can't blame the base anymore. Like they'll have someone to blame for it. And it was just like I had my supervisor. I was friends with him. We played games and stuff. It was really nice. Then it's like there was a girl where like I was friends with her in the sense of like I chatted with her sometimes outside of work, but it's like for the most part we didn't really speak, and that kind of got annoying though 'cause when it came to her. Like if she pulled me into like a meeting, it was like even if I was like making like a point, I would get told it doesn't matter. You should have done it this other way. which I didn't like. I didn't like the fact that I was just constantly getting told like, even though the thing you're saying makes sense, just don't do it. Or like I had like another manager. Her name was Laura, and she was really nice. Whenever she brought me into the office, oh hi you. Whenever she brought me into the office, she was just a really sweet lady. Like, she'd like bring me in, not really tell me off. She'd just go like, "Oh, I've been asked to bring you in here about this bit. It's nothing serious. Just had a little chat." Yeah. I'm just like doing like the tier list of my managers I've had. It's just like there's this one I had called Mandy. Really hated her. Because she was literally like she put me into the office because she's been told to. And she would literally just start screaming at me, saying like no matter like what I said, it's like no excuses work. Anything like doesn't matter what you say, you're already in the wrong. And you're there going like, I don't know if that's how that works. I don't like if you don't ask me about what happened or why it happened, I don't know how it's my fault. Yeah, it's like Yappin is like my favorite toy to use. Because it's like the 98 is actually the amount of years I've been yapping. Thing is, originally I wanted just to have my channels like Achvi. But the thing is, like, I actually have another like Twitch account that I forgot the password for, and that's I think is Achvi or Achvi Plays or is Achvi Games, whatever it was called. And it's just like because of that I just don't have like that. So I should actually probably read this. Ranged weapons. Equip and press Y to use ranged weapons and inflict both standard damage and stun damage. Be aware that your ammo is limited. Some reason
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again.
Wait, how am I don't know how much stealth is going to be a part of this.